Hi, I'm John from Origin Effects and I'm here with the BassRIG Super Vintage. The BassRIG Super Vintage is an all-analog amp recreation, capturing the sounds of the Ampeg SVT, arguably the world's favourite bass amp. Its deep bass, howling distortion and wide-ranging EQ have helped it fit into pretty much every genre of music since it was introduced in 1969. So when we came to design an amp recreation pedal for bass, it was the natural choice because it's just such an iconic sound. We worked very hard to ensure that the whole range of SVT sounds is available from the Super Vintage, recreating the entire valve amp signal path in miniature using solid-state components. We tested extensively against the real thing to make sure the preamp, push-pull output stage and unique tone stack behave exactly as they should. The drive control is just like the volume knob on a real SVT, taking you from clean to mild breakup all the way to all-out overdrive, covering decades of famous bass tones. At the cleaner end of the spectrum, we've got the deep bass and fat mids of 70s funk and modern neo-soul. And the character of these clean sounds is hugely influenced by the settings on the Super Vintage tone stack. As we wind up the drive control, we begin to move into classic rock territory. Boosting some mid-range at 3K adds some important presence, as does the ultra-high switch, a typical bright switch that adds extra treble at lower drive settings. Despite being a vintage amp, the SVT tone is still sought after today, thanks to its signature overdrive. Cranking the drive and boosting the mids results in a driven bass tone that's instantly recognisable and loads of fun. On the BassRIG Super Vintage, we've added a blend control to mix in some of your clean signal, adding some extra definition and clarity to even the heaviest overdriven sounds. Almost as important as the amp itself is the SVT's huge 8x10 speaker cabinet. We've used an all-analog simulation of this cab, which we've carefully developed to accurately mimic its complex response. This feeds the DI output on the BassRIG, giving you the perfect finished bass tone direct to your PA or recording interface. This is exactly what you're hearing on this demo, with no extra processing added in post. You can even choose whether the cab sim is always active or only active when the pedal is engaged, giving you a high-quality, unaffected DI signal in bypass. If you are using an amp, the amp out EQ controls make sure this pedal fits into any rig. Whether you're using a small combo or a big stack, tweeter or no tweeter, this powerful filter tailors the output of the pedal to exactly match your setup, meaning you never need to compromise your amp's clean tone. The BassRIG Super Vintage really does capture the sounds and feel of the Ampeg SVT, offering what we believe are some of the most realistic direct bass amp tones on the market, and one of the most versatile bass overdrives when used with an amp. Don't forget to check out the matching Cali 76 compact bass in Special Edition's Super Vintage Blue finish, and the BassRIG 64 black panel for all your 60s Fender bass amp tones. For more information on all these products and the rest of the range, please visit origineffects.com. Thanks for watching.